Hello, hello, Sir David the Bard. I'm down here in Hollywood at, well, it's kind of a special place. It's called the Wiener's Pornography Distribution Center. They make porn movies here, and I thought I would do an article here on pornography, so I thought I'd come down and research it for myself, like the Mormons do. See, they want to be on all the committees that tell them about you and your sexuality. So I thought I'd come down. And present myself and say, hey, you know, I'm 66, but, you know, someone still might be interested. Could I, you know, get a bit part? He looked at me and says, you got a little bit part? No. Get the hell out of here. So anyway, I said, well, you know what? Then I'm going to do a video on pornography. Now, I tried this video once before. Son of a bitch. It broke. The video... This is an unhappy man, Mormons. I thought it was water on the keyboard. Damn! Had to get another keyboard. Anyway, now stop the crudeness. You know, the way you guys think it's all crude. My keyboard gave out. You know, I spilled something on it. Anyway, here's what I want to say. You know, I'm 66 here next month, and this ain't my first rodeo. I've got 6 wives, 14 kids, and a mental illness that made me do all of that. Here's what I want to say. You can go back in history, quite a ways in history, and find pornography. You find little statues with boobs on them. And, oh, the statue of David, he's hung good. Is that in Italy? I don't know. I was over there once. They took a picture of me and called it the statue of David. Anyway, historically, pornography has been there and been there. The kings and the queens certainly have had sexual experiences far beyond the serfs and the poor people. Here's what I want to kind of distinguish. I don't like the word pornography. It goes from everything from, you know, whatever, an 18 or 20 or 23-year-old girl's butt, all the way up to, you know, being in Africa and seeing if a male elephant can hump a female. Now, come on. That's a pretty wide variance. Now, I'm not going to judge. I'm not a judge, thank God. I never want to be a judge. Humans are humans. What floats one boat is the Titanic to another group. I do feel this, and it's just my opinion. I'm not trying to convert anybody or change the laws. I don't really give a shit about you people. God, you gotta live here. I'll be dead. This is open heart surgery. The scar is there. I'll be gone. Screw you. Live the way you want. Anyway, I don't think the word is fair. Naked people seem to be part of the human experience. When I look around and see all of the people in big crowds, someone must have had intercourse. Those are not all of my children. The 6 billion Muslims, I think the Muslim people were having intercourse. Now, how people become sexually excited, there are, I remember seeing the National Geographic. I used to look at that when I was a kid because the black women all had their boobs hanging out. I go, hey, that's cool. Then I saw all the men who had their penises on a pole or a toothpick, whatever the case might be, and they're walking around with their weenies out, and the women are walking around with their boobs out. And in African tribal societies, many times that's still part of our world of sexuality. Well, let's cut it to the chase here, okay? Men are visual. Men are visual. We like to see things that are naked or unusual or different or variety. We love variety. Now, you girls, some of you do, but most of you don't. And I'm just speaking here in generalities. Nothing is 100% one way or the other. Women, they don't technically look at a lot of pornography. Now, some women do. Some women do. I've had wives, and I've had wives, and I've had wives. Some women do. However, let's be fair. Let's be fair on the word pornography, which should be pornography 1, pornography 2, pornography 3, pornography 9999999. That's the elephant over there in Africa. Now, when the elephant decides to defecate on somebody's face, and they find that sexually exciting, and they follow it with a nice elephant golden shower, who am I to say? It's not for me. It's not for me. But dang, you know, if it's for somebody else, that's their own business. But I really think pornography should be broken out, to be fair, to men and to women. Men like to see things. Women like to feel things. Let's be fair, ladies. It's very easy to see an erection on most men. I like myself. I do. Since I left that damn cult, I'm having more damn fun in my life. Anyway, when a man is sexually excited, he sees something and he's thinking about sex. Sometimes even when he's not thinking about sex, he gets an erection, and the women go, see? You were looking at the computer. See? You were looking at me. Now, I do have a little bit of experience, and I have a little bit of education. Very little. Women love to read romance novels. The magazines at the checkout counter. See, they don't have the stigma of negative for women looking at pornography. When women look at pornography, it's a feeling. It's a feeling. Well, now let's be fair. Okay, if a man gets an erection and he's sexually excited, if women read novels and they start to get wet with the liquid in their vagina getting ready for a penis, that's an erection. That's an erection. If their boobs get hard, little nipples start to stick out, that's an erection. Let's be fair. Both genders have their way of being excited and their way of finding sexuality for themselves. For one gender to criticize the other, you know, it's not fair. It's not fair. Women get excited from feelings and romance. Men get excited from pictures. Now, pornography, like 101 with just naked people, I don't see a big problem with. Here come the handcuffs. Ah! The Danites, they're shooting at me. Here's the handcuffs. I hear the social workers knocking on the door. Naked people, I think, are interesting. I think it's a low-grade pornography. And of course, as you go up the pornography ladder, there's some strange things. And I'm not going to go into them here because they're only things I read about. And I don't know any about this stuff. It's just stuff I read at BYU. I told you at BYU we had a health class. And I had to buy my health book over at the bookstore. And I went back to class and I looked into the table of contents, and it was a section on masturbation. This is 1969, 70. So I flipped to page 59. There's no page 59. It's gone. It's gone. So I looked into the crack of the book there, and someone had taken a razor blade and gone down it and took out the masturbation section. So here's somebody trying to impose their morality upon me. Well, I've had a nasty taste in my mouth ever since. No pun intended. Oh yeah, pun intended. So the church got into a really big thing, I think it was in the 80s, about asking about oral sex. Well, I thought that was a song. I thought that was maybe masturbating to the Beach Boys. And no. And then someone explained it to me, and I said, hey, I hadn't even thought about that. Well, somebody likes to do oral sex. What's wrong with that? I don't care. If they shut their bedroom door, not my problem. So pornography is too general of a word. There's some things that most human beings will find disgusting. But that should not be outlawed, because the elephant may be having a very good time. The person on the ground, who knows? But if they're not tied down, now you get into this S&M and satanic ritual abuse and dipping people in blood and, you know, group gang rape, and you get off on some pretty crude and rude kind of stuff. But do we outlaw it? Do we say other people can't do that? Well, I'm not one to do that. I'm not one. I say, you know, if you want to go into Africa and find elephants to crap and piss on you, go for it. I don't care. I don't care. Now, here's something that I don't think most of us think about. There was a Seinfeld show where George's hands became famous for hand commercials of rings and putting soap on them and whatever. And we already know that there's many actresses and actors whose lips are luscious, and they're on makeup and eyes. Oh my gosh, some of you girls, the things that you can do with your eyes, sometimes that would distract me from other parts of your body. Some girls are just fantastically beautiful with their eyes. Some girls are known for their hair. Some guys are known for their muscles, and my daughter does the, what do you call it? I can't remember anything. The dance thing. Insanity. She does Insanity, and the guy on there, that black guy's got, you know, ribs down here and muscles here, and, you know, he's making some money off of his body. Now, we already accept that legs, hands, ears, earrings, hair, did I say hair? Different parts of the body are able to be sold, and it's a good living. Now, why is a vagina excluded? If you have a girl that is over 18 by the general laws of the United States, and she doesn't want to work at Burger King or McDonald's, and she decides to go down and be a hand model, no one says anything about that. But she doesn't want to go there. She wants to lift her panties up and say, hey, look at my pussy. Oh, I mean my vagina. Maybe she said pussy. I don't know. We have a pussy cat in the house right now. And it took a crap on the floor. Allison is fixing that. Here's my point. Why are we excluding certain areas of the body that cannot be photographed? In some societies, like we said, boobs mean nothing. The African girls have boobs hanging down to their knees. That's not a sexual thing in Africa. United States, well, hanging to your knees, that's probably not very sexual either, but regular boobs to Americans are a sexual thing. So what I'm saying here is, let's take a look. Does a girl or a man have a right to sell a picture of their genitals? I say yes, they do. Just like they have a right to sell their feet, their ears, their elbows, whatever else, people will pay for it. Now, I think some of this is jealousy. I think some of this is when you get a 20, a 19, 22-year-old girl that strips down naked, she doesn't look like your 53-year-old wife. Now, this is just from what I've read in the books. It's not something that I've seen. She's attractive. She's cute. Men fantasize. Now, are men going to write to the porno site and say, what's her name, what's her address, I'm going to divorce my wife and I'd like to marry that little chick? Hell no. That ain't going to happen. He's going to see that and get excited, and then he's going to slam the 53-year-old gal down on the bed. The bed collapses, and, you know, she's singing like a bird. Do girls have a right to make money? Do boys have a right to make money? Hell, if you're a Republican, it's a cottage industry in the billions and billions of dollars. Now, here's the limits. No one should ever be forced or be under duress. You need to pay the rent or pull your panties off. That's evil. That's wicked, and that should be criminalized. But if a girl is of straight mind, not under duress, and she says, nah, I'm not going to throw hamburgers, take a picture of my vagina, and she gets $5,000 and walks away with it, who are we to say? The cameramen make money. The directors make money. The light men make money. All those people have to pay taxes. All those people have to buy houses. All those people, it's an industry. It's a business. Now, again, if people are forced, you know, S&M, I'm not really crazy about S&M, but some people are because they volunteer to be tied down. Well, if they volunteer to be tied down, I don't have a problem. But you tie down somebody that doesn't want to be tied down, I don't like that. I don't like anything that looks close to rape, and of course child molestation, where people don't have the ability to make any sexual decisions. So here it is, the first part. Now the YouTube may cut me off here because it's cut me off 4 times today. I don't see big problems with pornography 101, 102, 103. When you get out to bestiality and elephants, hey, you know, the bard don't roll that way, but there could be other bards that roll that way. And who am I to say? If they're not hurting the elephant, and, you know, every dog I've ever met, you know, will jump my leg. He has no morals. So, is it hooked to morality? Most human beings say, yes, she's a slut. Well, in women language, that means a negative thing. If you say, she's a slut to your husband, what's her name? Where does she live? See, it's not a negative thing to a man. So anyway, I know I'm going to lose half of my female people that watch my program, but I want to be honest. I want to be honest. People have a right to make money. They have a right to photograph themselves. Now, kids sexting? No. No, those kids are underage. When they turn 18 and legally have the right to be sued and to be able to sue, then yeah, they want to take a picture of their penis. They can send it to a girlfriend as long as she wants it, I guess. Now, I don't know the law on sexting, because that's before my time. You know, Polaroid cameras. Oh my God, when they came out, I could have owned a Polaroid camera film company. I probably did, as many as I bought. You never could develop. In the old days, you couldn't develop any pornography anywhere except in a not a sweatshop, not what do you call it? It's a not a factory shop, a photo, not a shop, photo lab. And if you took naked pictures and you sent them in to have them develop, the little girl at the mart where you drove in to give them the $10 to get your pictures, she's already reported you to the police. You don't go get your pictures in those days. You just don't. So legal stuff, I'm 100% free to say it's free enterprise. Let people, you know, if people have a voice and they get paid for their voice, what's wrong with that? If people have a vagina and they want to get paid for that, it may be really, really nice or ugly or unusual, and they can make money. What's the difference between that and a beautiful voice that somebody else can make money off of? I don't know. When you hook it to morality, and women basically are the pulse of society, they don't want you looking at other women's vaginas. Okay? And I'm not going to comment on that because I've only read about it. You know, I've only read about it. I've been married 6 times, but, you know, I tried to close my eyes. Do you see the lying arms? The lying arms. Anyway, I say, if it's forced, if it's illegal, if it's underage, absolutely not. People should go to jail and stay there a long, long time. If a girl or a boy is over 18 and they just don't want to work McDonald's, but they want to sell a picture of their genitals, who am I to say that's not a business? You can't do that. And men are going to find a way, I think, and women are too. Women, they love flowers. They love stories and the magazines, how to be. They love that. They get all wet. But the men don't always see that. But when the men grabs Hustler magazine, or now on the internet, she sees that. I see that erection. Good thing my wife can't see, but little tiny erection. Oh, I'm so happy I'm out of the Mormon church. Anyway, those are my thoughts right now, and they could change. especially if the police show up and do things very quickly. But I'm not totally against visual pornography. Now, certainly I am against people who are married having relations with other people who they're not supposed to be. I'm against any kind of forced sexuality at all, and any coercion. People who are mentally retarded, children who can't make decisions, and duress for sexuality, no. But people who can consent and they have a really, really nice thing to show, and somebody's willing to pay $5, $10, $50, $100,000, and they don't have to have sex with anybody, they just have to have a picture taken, I'd probably do it. Not now. When I was 20. Thanks.